Hi everybody, it's time for Major Misconduct. I'm the Major Taylor, he's the Misconduct, Curt Keelback. We're on 360Winnipeg.ca and we're at Shaw Park, the beautiful Shaw Park, where on this particular day, the championship series of the American Association opens between the Winnipeg Goldeyes and the visiting Wichita Wingnuts. We're going to talk a little bit about that as we go along, but I want to start with hockey because the local papers are making a big deal out of the fact that hockey is supposed to start on Saturday. I don't think it's going to start. What say you?
Well, no, Saturday is the day, isn't it, that they decide to officially go into a lockout?
Yes, they're going to a lockout.
Yeah, and that's what's going to happen. You know, the whole thing about this, there doesn't seem to be any urgency. They got together on Friday, they have a cup of coffee, they take the weekend off, and you hear a lot of the players saying, hey, we really want to play, we want to get back into it, but the Fear brothers don't seem to carry that particular conviction. They don't seem to be in any hurry. And where Bettman and Daly are concerned, I think really where they're concerned, they just assume there wasn't a first half of the season anyway.
That's
because
the question I was going to ask you.
There are so many owners in the South that would rather not compete with the World Series, would rather not compete with the NFL any more than they have to. Most of the revenue comes in the last half of the season, so they pay the players for the last half of the season and then get the bonus of the playoffs. It works out well for them in that way, but meanwhile they alienate the fans. It's going to be interesting to see. I mean, once burned, twice shy, is that what the saying is? Before, people came back in droves. It's okay, you know, the boys had their little fun, now we're going to get back to work. I think it's time maybe people said, and they can't do it in Winnipeg because it's so hard to get a seat, but there are places where they just can say, I'm not going to buy any souvenirs, I'm not going to buy any jerseys, you know, I'm just going to take in the odd game if I can, because I just don't like the whole situation. They just don't seem to give a damn.
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head. I think you're absolutely right. I think some of these lousy franchises like Florida, Nashville, Columbus would rather let Ohio State play its season, its football season, and then we'll pick up hockey in October, or rather in December or January, and then we'll play that second half. Because a lot of these owners saw how the NBA did well last year on their short schedule, great playoffs. Everybody seemed to make money. Everybody seemed to be happy, and you don't have to worry about the game in October and November when the American fans don't care.
And you know, in some regards, maybe the season is too long. Remember, the NBA went 66 games.
Yes.
Now it was a condensed schedule. There were 3 games and 3 nights on some occasions, which was tough on players. I understand that. But maybe 82 games is too much.
Maybe it is. And maybe a 6-month schedule is too long.
Maybe it is. I don't think there's any question. It is too long.
But, and in a lot of those American cities start after the NFL season's over.
But what are you going to do? Have a lockout every year?
Well, no, start the season December 1st. Let's talk about that one sometime later. When we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about the Winnipeg Blue Bombers and their wonderful weekend. I'm the coach, Scott Taylor. I'm the Major. He is Curt Keelback, the Misconduct. This is Major Misconduct on 360Winnipeg.ca.